Hello folks, R1 here. I finally found an evening when I could spend a little serious time with World of Tanks. I'd had a few minutes here and there to work on a couple of comparison videos, but no significant time to really get my feet wet again with this title. So I decided, since I had the better part of an evening free to mess around with this, I'd go ahead and jump in my old faithful, the standby tank that I used to go to all the time, my T-34. Now, the T-34 is a premium tank, which is great, as it really helps me get caught up again. But at the time that I obtained this tank, it was part of the regular American line. Then some changes happened, and now it's a premium tank, so I actually came out pretty far ahead on the deal. Now, I'm going to have to admit, this is the Arctic map, and when I first got on this map, I knew there was something naggingly familiar about it, but I couldn't put my finger on it. I kept thinking, this is new, I don't recognize some of this, and certain aspects of this map have changed since the last time I played it. The central section is different, and some of the parts down to the south, where I guess it's heavy tank way down there. Anyway, I remembered it as I was doing my narration and editing here just a few minutes ago, that I know this map. I know it inside and out. But while I was actually playing the match, I was trying to figure out where the heck the enemy was going to come from on this map. It just didn't really click in my head at that point in time. So anyway, I have, by happenstance, moved into actually a pretty good position for this T-34. The T-34, as you know, has got a pretty good punch to it, but it's not really enough to have a decisive one-hit takedown capacity against a lot of tanks unless they've been damaged already. And it's not exactly super accurate. That shot went, I have no idea where. But it's a good tank. I used to play this tank all the time in a very defensive role. I used it as a sniper for the most part. And I had worked very hard to break that habit toward the end of my time playing World of Tanks on a regular basis. I knew that really to utilize this tank to its fullest, I needed to be more of a mid-range tank. Not in the front line, its hull's a little too weak for that, but to back up the front line of tanks fairly directly. I'm going to watch this little AMX-12. He's going to start peppering away at me and actually start chewing at my hull. My reload is so slow, he's going to get a few good shots in. And there you go, you see? Didn't get a clean kill on that, which means he's tracked me and now he's going to back off. If I want to kill this little fella, I'm going to have to go all the way over there after him. Well, my companions over to the right have that situation well at hand. And although I feel a little silly doing this, I'm going to go ahead and chase down this little AMX-12. I don't want it behind me, and I think that from here it probably has a pretty clear shot to our base. I'm going to have to launch that E-75 over to the left, but now there's a ridge over there, and I don't really have to worry about it. And I completely blow this shot. I could not believe I rolled all the way over here and did not kill that tank. That was ridiculous. How terrible. Well, anyway, I don't even get to kill it. One of my teammates does, but I sure do shove him into the drink down there. And fortunately, for my dignity, managed to not end up following him in. Alright, we're going to have to do significantly better in this tank if we're going to have anything worthwhile to show you guys. I think what was kind of messing me up there, as I missed shots, I'm still not really used to the World of Tanks mechanic of the aiming circle yet. I'm more used to War Thunder, where if you point the pip at a target in their arcade mode, your shell is going to end up going pretty much there. There's not this wide variation that the aiming circle represents in World of Tanks, and I keep firing just a little too quickly at what I would normally consider to be a very easy shot. And that's my reflexes being geared toward other games right now. And it's something I'm going to have to work on in this match to get past, because right now I'm sucking. I'm sucking really bad, and this is one of the tanks that I played the most often, which makes it even worse. Now, I probably should just have continued on and pushed my way toward their cap. But I got concerned about the leopard that was back trying to capture our base at that point in time and backtracked. Wasted a lot of time in the process, and that probably allowed one of my teammates to get killed up there. Although, to be perfectly honest, I don't know if my presence there alongside him would have really mattered a whole lot. I think we probably would have both died because there's a pretty strong little contingent of tanks guarding their cap right now. Well, anyway, we turn around and start heading back in that direction. I think the fellows over there guarding the main pass to my left are strong enough that they can hold that. At least I hope they are. I don't get any, or I can't get any good clean shots in from over here anyway because the rocky outcroppings and that ridge is in the way now. So, I'm pretty much committed. I either cut to the left and go around that way, or I come up through the middle here. And I'm going to go ahead and come up through the middle and approach their cap from the north. I've got a T-71 over here, which is good. He's got a clip of ammunition that should actually serve to keep small fry off of me. And he may be handy if we run across any artillery up here too, which is quite likely. They've got 3 artillery pieces left in play. As a matter of fact, there's one over to the right now. And I've got a Tiger ahead of me. He gets a shot in, and I'm spotted now. But we traded damage, and my little friend here, bless his heart, is working on taking out that artillery, who tried his very best to take me out. That frees things up a little bit. I'm going to ease forward. I know that in this position, my lower glacis and hull as a whole are fairly well protected from anything but arty arcing in on me, and my mantlet should be able to take most, if not all, of the damage coming from this Tiger 1. Get in, I take it, return damage, and this is working out in my favor pretty well. If my reload was faster, I could have had this fella out of here by now, but I'm just going to have to be patient, not rush my shots. And it looks like somebody got that Tiger for me, unfortunately. That's alright, we'll take this opportunity to move forward. I think it was my T-71 friend, might have been. And we've got a T-28, and there is another arty, an M40, M43. I don't quite have a shot. I don't have a shot on that tank destroyer from here. I have to push forward a little bit more. Oh, and there's a big, huge rock in the way. Well, that's alright. I can hit him. I don't have HE loaded. Armor piercing's not quite good enough to do the job, but I don't think he's going to be much of a threat over there. He's backing off. Of course, it's already. He can arc a shot in at me pretty well from a oblique position like that, so I can't ignore him entirely. My T-71 ally just went down. We shall have to avenge him. Come around here. Oh, and there's a nice big butt to shoot. Thank you. And that's my first kill of this match. Unbelievably. I hesitate to even show this match to you, but it was my first one back in this tank. He missed. I didn't. And that does it for the match. Okay, that was a little rough. We're going to have to do better. There were simply way too many noobish mistakes in that match to let that one slide. Now, I recognize this map, Siegfried Line. There's some interesting and varied terrain here to fight in. Got a wooded valley to my left and slightly behind me, city fighting ahead of me to my left, and off to the right, an open expanse that the enemy is likely to try and sweep across. Well, I wanted to try and be a little bit more aggressive, but I think for right now I'm going to go ahead and hang out here behind cover until I get a handle on exactly where everything is in this match. And I'm not entirely sure that certain aspects of this map haven't changed anyway. Well, that hasn't changed. Chaffee running out in front of everybody. Goodbye, Mr. Chaffee. I don't know why they do that. Oh, there's a bulldog. Can I get the bulldog? I don't think the bulldog is going to last long enough for me to reload. Nope, he's already gone. That's alright. It looks like we have a pretty strong force in the town itself. And they, for the moment, appear to be more than capable of taking care of themselves. Although I'm pretty sure the shoe hasn't dropped over there. There's probably more forces that aren't visible on the map at this point. There's a heavy way in the distance, but he's outside of my visual range, and I can't get a bead on him. And I suspect there's artillery over there too. Got a light tank moving in that direction to hopefully shake that situation up a little bit. I'm getting the strong feeling that I'm kind of wasting my time in this position. I was hoping that they would attempt to rush across the field, and they're not cooperating. So it's time to head into the town. Now this, I'll admit, makes me a little nervous in this tank. My reload time is so slow, it's very easy to get caught out and unable to do anything. And with this kind of weak hull armor, I am just not the best option for standing toe-to-toe with anything that's really got a lot of frontal armor. I'm much better hanging back and getting in a hull-down position. But we'll move forward cautiously and see if we can get any shots of opportunity in here. I keep trying to remind myself that while I don't want to rush in foolishly, I do need to be a little more aggressive. So we'll work our way around this pile of rubble. Our tanks have pretty much swept the field out there to the right, and here we go. Take the opportunity to put a good shot into the side of that Panther. And there's a tank destroyer that's probably looking at me very closely in return, so let's move over here behind cover. There's artillery, which I would be worried about, but it's about to die. In fact, I think it just did die. Let's see if we can ease out here and take a couple of pot shots at something unprotected. There's the tank destroyer, but T-32. We'll put a shot in him instead. And that doesn't do anything. Dang it. Rushed it again. I think I hit at a pretty weird angle with that. Well, at least I was able to avoid taking significant damage myself. I'm still at full health. Let's ease back around. Where's that T-44 at? Oh, there he is. And he missed. And I'm spotted. I'm going to have to watch it now. There's the T-32. Come on, poke your nose out. Here we go. And that tank destroyer lit me up. Saint Emile. I'm not familiar with that one. But I guess I don't have to be to put it out of my misery. T-44 is down. A T-32 gets a shot into me somehow, really sneakily around that corner. I'm going to have to watch that. He can poke out and hit me again if he wants to. We'll back it off. I've got a Pershing in support, although he's just about dead. And there's a T-44 at full health right around the corner. Alright, let's see if we can slip through here without getting shot. Whoa! That made me jump. That was an artillery strike, and that looked pretty damn cool. That was a nice graphics effect. That was kind of new on me. Okay. T-44. And I rushed the shot again. And that makes me so mad when I do that. It impacted right in front of him. I didn't let the aiming circle tighten down enough. Missed a dirt easy shot. Man, that's annoying. Well, anyway, we'll take another crack at his lower glacis, and there he goes. And his turret flies off nicely. Alright, that makes me feel a little bit better. I've got a T-32. I can take a shot from him if I need to. Bam. No! Don't quite get the killing shot. My track seat has returned shot. And my fellow T-34 puts in the finishing blow on him. And that will end the match. That was a little bit better. Not great, but better. Well, 3 kills. Some extra damage and spotting in there. Some medals I haven't seen before. There's one up there. Demolition Expert, I think. That's coming up. I hadn't seen that one before. That one's new to me. And 3rd place Mastery Badge, I guess. Yes, it's not too bad. Alright. Well, let's see if we can find a new map. One that I haven't been on before. Because if I'm going to do any good at all, I need to get familiar with all these new maps. And this one fits the bill. Hidden Village. I have never laid eyes on this map before, and it's gorgeous. What a great looking map, just visually. And as I look at the layout of it, it looks very well designed too. Although a lot of the southwestern corner of the map is taken up and impassable, what there is looks to be pretty diverse, and it looks like it's going to encourage some rather interesting gameplay. Nicely done. Wow, that's a nice bit of eye candy. Now, of course, first thing I do, I knock over this beautiful tree. I almost felt bad. Isn't that silly? But I'm like, oh, the beautiful ancient tree. I just plowed it over for no good reason. I'll get over it. Although I kind of hate following the herd here, I really kind of want to maintain my distance here at first. I have no idea what the terrain's going to be like or where the cover is up here. And that's always a little nerve-wracking. Well, the first time you're on any map, I suppose it is. So I'm going to tag along a little bit behind and be a bit cautious here at first. And I know I had said that I was not going to be that way, but really it would be foolish to just rush right out and have no idea where the enemy might be lurking. So I see there's cover over there to the right. There's some ridges that seem to intersect over there. I miss a shot at that guy, though. He got behind cover a little too quickly. And it looks like they're pushing forward down below on my right-hand side. Alright. Lots of avenues of attack here. I think I better keep an eye to the left, too. Oh, here we go. Come on out. Nope. Ah, and my teammate, that T-29, was doing exactly what he needed to do, but he went right into my line of fire. So I want to stop that guy from coming around that outcropping, but I can't quite get a shot. And I've been spotted too. And there is artillery in this match. I'd rather not sit still any longer than I have to. So I keep watching over to the left. I don't know if the enemy can get around that way or not. And I'm going to ease my tank around here to the right. I want to be in a position where I can go after either one of these two elements. And I expose my flank, unfortunately, with this T-29. He gets in a great shot, hurts me, takes out my tracks. I'm stuck here for a moment, but I've got some backup, and he gets nailed by our artillery as well. Can I get behind cover before he gets his next shot? Not quite. And artillery almost got me there. That would have been rather sad. I'm pretty sure our boys can handle that T-29 and the other tanks over to my left, but it's down here that has me concerned. They've got a pretty straight shot toward our cap. There's a KV-3, and he's being held in check by a T-29. He's got a little bit of backup, but not a lot. And there are other enemy tanks moving in behind him. So this is an awkward position, but let's go for it. He's just fired. We'll ease forward onto this ledge. There we go. Alright, first blood from me, anyway. There's a Tiger 1 right in front of me. Everyone's going to light him up. Oh, well, they took out his buddy. Lower Glacius. Yes. And that's 2. Alright, now this is starting to click into place. I'm starting to feel comfortable in this tank again. So it's with a bit more confidence that I'm going to push forward here and support this T-29. I'm going to move up. I've got a rise here that I can poke my head over and remain hull down, which is perfect. There's a lot of them up ahead, though. On IS-2, can we get the shot? Yes. Alright, good damage there. Artillery in the distance. We better take him out if we have the opportunity here. We've got a good angle on it. Oh, he's partially behind cover. Reload, reload. Oh, good. The ELC got him. I don't have to worry about it. Well, their numbers are diminishing. There's the IS-2 again. Got him that time. I waited just a half second longer than I did earlier, and it paid off. And that fellow's on the other side of a ridge. I wouldn't have hesitated there, except I didn't know how exactly where he was in relation to that ridge. Those are the little things that can cost you time on a brand new map, but I'm not going to get to him in time. He's pretty much surrounded at the moment. So I have a few seconds here to enjoy the eye candy before the end of the match, and I'm going to. This really is an outstanding map. Hats off to Wargaming. So, although it was a little rough and rocky at first, I'm really glad that I jumped an Old Faithful here. This T-34, I think, allowed me to get the hang of World of Tanks again a little bit faster than some of the other tanks I might have driven out. 3 kills, some assists. Not a bad match. Now, for most World of Tanks players, that's just an average match on Tuesday. But for me, I felt pretty good about it. It actually clicked what I was doing. I felt confident toward the end of that match. That's what I'd been lacking in the first couple of videos that I had done. So we'll see if we can't give you something a little more exciting next time. And if you like, my email is always in the description of these videos and in the About section on my YouTube channel. Throw me a link to some of your better replays, and I'll be happy to look them over and put them on the channel. That's all I've got for you for right now. So until I see you again, good hunting. Thanks for watching. I hope you were entertained. If you liked the video, please remember to subscribe. And if you're already a subscriber, thank you. And I'll see you next time.